Hello and welcome. So now in this video we will be working, as you all can see, the login activity is working. So now we will create new activity over here, new, and we have to go to the activity and then we will create a new empty activity. And I'll just call this activity as dashboard activity, where you can just dashboard activity. Let me press enter, and yeah, I guess this will basically um, create a file for me, and after that we will have to add a bottom navigation bottom. Okay, let this thing finish, then we will work on the layout of this thing. So I guess as you all can see, so now over here I will basically be adding a dashboard. Okay, bottom navigation bar. So bottom navigation view, yeah. So let me just download this thing. Okay, press OK. Okay, this isn't necessary. We can just we can basically add a menu bar to it, and just I'm just adding it for the sake of putting a logout button. So as you can see, Gradle sync is finished and apparently it is working fine. So it's okay. So now what I will do, I'll just put it over here. And this thing will require a menu. So before that, we will have to create a menu over here. So over here, we need to press right click and new Android resource directory, and we will have to write menu, and I'll call this thing as menu. And after creating that, where is the menu bar? Yeah, it's over here, right? So now over here, I will write right click and we'll create new menu resource file. And let us see what, let's just name this thing as menu itself. Yeah, let's name this thing as menu, and it will basically open up a menu over here. So over here I will be adding two things. One is the home button and the other one will be the logout button. So let me just quickly add that. We can add it by writing the code, or else we can do something that I like to do, just drag and drop, and the title would be home, and no need of adding an icon. Yeah, that's it. And we'll add one more item over here, and I'll call that item as log out. Yep, that's it. And I guess we will also need to put some IDs over here. I'll just put this thing as home, and I'll put this thing as log out, to put the IDs and stuff. And now after doing that, let me come back to our activity dashboard, and inside our menu over here, we have to add the menu. And we will have to change this thing to wrap content. And let me just change it over here. And let me press plus to this one, plus to that one. Layout width should be match parent, yeah. And I don't know why, but we are not seeing this whole thing over here. So let me press build button over here. So it will basically show us the whole this thing, home button and logout button. We also might have to add some icons over there. let me see if we have an icon telling log out. Okay, we do not have a logout icon. Don't worry, I will make sure that we, I'll just download it from the flaticon.com. So as you all can see, the Gradle build is still running. I just pause this video and I'll come back as soon as this thing finishes up. Apparently, for some reason, this has a color of a black color. So let me just change it. Background, and I'll just make this thing as white. Yes, and I'll add few icons to it. You know what? Adding an icon is to the home button. Let's just search an icon. You can go to this website and download the icons. The website name is flaticon.com. You can download any icon from here. It's just free. You have to download the SVG version, I reckon. Yeah, or perhaps the PNG version with the less number of pixels. Otherwise, the photo will basically cover your whole application. So I guess there are some inbuilt icons inside my Android Studio. I guess I've previously added them. So I'll just use the ones that are already there. So I guess it's somewhere over here. Yeah, I'll just choose this button, choose this icon, and coming to the logout, I'll be using the something like back button, something like that. Okay, let us search for a good one. Yeah, menu revert. This looks fine to me. Otherwise, you can just download it from the flaticon.com. You'll find better ones over there. Wow, there are like many. Yeah, that's it. So we'll just use that one, and now as you all can see, it says home and that one. So it looks fine, and now we'll move forward. So now what I will do over here is that we will add some things over here. We'll add a card view to the constraint layout. Yeah, and inside the constraint layout, we will add a linear layout. Linear, which is vertical, of course. And inside the vertical layout, I will add a nice. Now to this linear layout, what I will do, I will add a nice plain text to this linear layout, not to the card view. I'll add that one, and I'll also add a nice button that says join. Yep. And this should be above that. Yep. And of course, we'll do the designing by using, we'll go to the background and we'll go to drawable button style. Yeah. And for this one, we will put a nice, okay, drawable text box. Of course, we have to do the all, we have to do all of the, and I guess we also have to add a nice text view, nothing more but a text view. And we'll go to the designing and all of that stuff. But for now, let me just fix the padding for this one. Padding is over here. Let me just put this thing as 10 dp, and yeah, let me remove the text over here, and let me search for hint, and I'll write something like enter a code and share this code with your friend. I guess that's a little bit big, so let me just enter any code and share with your friend. Yep. And the text view, okay, I'll just make the hint as enter the code over here, and for the text view I'll put a nice text over here as enter any code and share with your friend. And over here let me change this thing as bold and make this thing as a black color, and let me change the font size as well. Text size as 30 sp. Yep. And before doing any of the other things, I guess I have to change this thing to 24 sp would be fine, because I do not want this thing to be a very big one. And now let's go to the card view and let's make it as a center. Yep. And let me add constraints on the right and left as well. And we have to put the button just below down there, and the text view after that. Yeah. And let me just quickly, you know what, I will just okay, I'm just thinking what should I do over here. I can decrease the size to 18 sp, but that looks so small. 20 sp, how about 20 sp? Yeah, 20 sp looks fine to me. Or maybe 22 sp. Yeah, 22 sp is fine. And now I'll add some padding to it, adding like 5 dp on all sides. Yeah, 5 dp and nice margin on all sides. The margin should be 10, not 5 dp. 5 dp is fine, but on the uh bottom side the margin should be a little bit more, like 15 dp or perhaps 25 dp. Yep. And I'll just add the margins for these things as well. So over here let me change this thing to the id as join button, and let me change this thing to join room. Yeah, it is just like a Google Meet application. So yeah. And over here let me put some, let me put a nice margin over here as well, like top margin, and 10 dp on the top and 10 dp on the below bottom. Yes. And we can decrease the size of this thing, but I'm just gonna leave it in this way. And we can also, okay, let me just add a nice background color to it, like primary dark. Yup, primary dark is fine, and of course it's just gonna mess up the whole, well, so now I guess this is fine. I guess we need to add a little bit more of, okay, let's write layout margin for the button, and I'll add the margin as 20 dp. Yep, 20 dp or perhaps 40 dp. Yeah, the join room should be like a little bit Space should be a little bit more. And I'll add a little bit more margin on the top, like 20 dp. And on the bottom, 10 dp should be fine. And on the left, right, and right, there should be a dp of 5 dp. Yeah. And on the right, left side, 5 dp. So it looks nice. Yep. And I guess this will basically sum up everything. And before moving forward, we'll also add a margin on the card view as well. We'll add a nice 15 dp margin on all sides. Okay, I know that's gonna mess up everything, but it's okay. There are only 3 items over here. Yep. So now this is fine. And it looks really good. And over here, I guess the whole design is finished. So I guess that's it for this video, guys. Now in the next video, we will go ahead and integrate the video called SDK in our application. So see you all there.